Ladies and gentlemen, once again, here we are, Hernan Osuna from here. We are going to cut up with Tommy Karevik from Camelot. Tommy, thank you very much for joining. You're welcome. How are you? How is it going over there?
Thank you. Yeah, it's going good over here. I mean, getting prepared for the tour, leaving tomorrow, and yeah, super excited to meet all our fans again after a long break.
Yeah, for sure. How's the feeling? I mean, you're going, as you say, to embark on a brand new tour. How's your personal feeling regarding that new tour?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. New album coming out, and it's always a good time to get out there and meet people. And unfortunately, the album is going to come out a week after
Yeah.
the tour because of some deadline issues. But it's exciting. We have released two songs already that spinning people are spinning heavily out there already. So we're of course going to play those for the people, and hopefully add some other songs as well. So yeah, it's exciting. It's one of those times when you're just like itching to go. You're just want to get going.
Yeah, for sure. As you said, The Awakening is set to be released on March 17th through Napalm Records. So I want to ask you, was there any conceptual axis around this new material? I mean, what was the main idea behind
Yeah,
this new
the main idea
song?
was to bring back more of the big choruses, melodic songs, and the epic hymns of maybe that was a little bit lost on the last album, but bringing back the structure and the theme that has been Camelot for so many years, and
Hmm.
bring that back a bit more, and then make sure that every song would be a great live song in terms of energy. And I think we played a lot live the last couple, last decade, and we've got a good feeling for what kind of music translates that we want to play live and what people want to hear, and we try to incorporate that in every song. But and when it comes to the sound, we just wanted to dress the whole album up in a kind of new suit, kind of fresh, sleek,
Mm.
new sound that would maybe that the sound resembles a bit more of a live energy with more pushing guitars, and yeah, just overall like a clear production, but energetic. So I think that's what we were trying to do. Lyrically though, like pandemic hit. There was a
Mm.
lot of introspection going on. Someone came, put your hand on your shoulder and said, it's okay. You can take a little bit of a breather, and after so many years of just touring, it was just like it was good to take a break and really figure out who you are and what you want to be when everything opens up again, and am I doing the right things, and
What's the meaning in life?
yes, exactly,
Yeah.
all those big questions. And I think that is what the album is, that it bled into all the lyrics of the album. It's very personal, you know
Mhm.
thoughts and feelings.
Hmm. And to me, well, I've been listening to the album, and I feel like a proper balance between dark and light, between joy and melancholy. So I would say that Camelot's career has always had that balance. Do you agree?
Absolutely. I think it's one of the elements that make us the band we are. And I think uh, it's been, a conscious thing from the beginning to always make sure there's light and hope in the darkness. I mean, there's going to be darkness and brooding moods, but then, to our wish for the music is always that it carries some kind of hope and light or message of resolution, if you want.
Hmm. Hmm. So this is Camelot's first album in 5 years. So I imagine there is a lot of energy released in this material. So how did you feel? How did it feel to work once again in the studio, despite, sorry, no, despite, I mean, after being locked down by a pandemic?
Well, most of it was recorded during the pandemic, so it was
Uh,
coming out of the pandemic. It was mostly the mixing and the artwork and all that stuff. But over a period of the 2 years or 1.5 years, we recorded most of the stuff, and yeah, it was for me. It was good because I got to work in my own at my own pace, and you really take time and dig into the interpretations and make sure this energetic. It's like the way I want to do when I in an ideal time period when I feel like I have time to do all those things. Sometimes it's coming out of a touring cycle and you have to start writing. It's very quick. It's a quick turnaround, and you don't have so much time, with every release. But this time we really had ample time, and I think that really shows. I mean, we left no stone unturned. We kind of made sure it's energetic all the time, or it's a story from start to finish, and yeah, I think we really pushed ourselves on this one, and I know I pushed myself as a vocalist, to do new things and stretch even more.
And there are some guests in the new album, like, for example, Tina Guo, Melissa from Ad Infinitum. How did you arrange that?
That's mostly a Thomas thing. Yeah, he keeps his eyes peeled for new talent, or for people that he wants to work with in the band. It's very much a thing for him. He does a great job to scout out those people and make them want to work with us. So I mean, Melissa, she's kind of a friend of the band since a long time. She's known, we've known her to be at some shows and come out and talk to us, and so we knew she was a sweet person, and she's an up and coming star on the metal sky too. So it's cool to be able to work with her. Had a great voice, and Tina. I mean, that's someone that I've heard Thomas talk about for many years. Because of her work with Hans Zimmer, and the style that she is very, very theatrical, and she wears cool costumes, and it's the whole package is a good fit, I think, for the band, and really turned out to be amazing fit too.
Okay. Well, regarding the tunes, I really like One More Flag in Ground. It feels like it is an anthem of the band, a future, a song that you will perform on every show. So what can you say regarding this song?
Yeah, it started off with a couple of riffs that I had, and I kind of made the gist of the song, I sent it to the guys, and there was no vocals then, but it was a song that from the beginning we said this one is really cool. We should really make something cool with this, and so it was kept being worked on for the period of these years, and it was actually, I think, one of the last songs to come together, because sometimes all you people that write music out there, even the ones who don't, it's easier to write something complicated than to strip the layers off the onion and make something that's really catchy and really down to the point, to the meat and potatoes. It's harder to do sometimes, and that's why it took so long, and it really had to grow into what it became, with all the the crowd participation things. The chorus was the last thing to come, and it just suddenly popped into my head one day, and after 1.5 years or something like that. So it took its time, but we're really happy, and it's definitely a song that we're going to play live from now on.
Okay. Well, tell me, what about, for example, Midsummer Eve, a nice ballad? It has some kind of Celtic influence. Where does that Celtic influence come from?
That influence, I wanted to write about a special moment in Sweden around Midsummer, and Midsummer is kind of an enchanted time in Sweden, and it's a lot of folklore, a lot of folk influences, which is very close to Celtic style. And I also wanted to revisit that old kind of Sailorman's Hymn kind of sound that has that influence. So that was where it came from, and it sounds like a Swedish Midsummer's Eve to me, like a magical.
Great.
So yeah, thank you for saying that, and you know, that was the whole idea.
Like the time to enjoy fika. You have a fika in Sweden.
Yes, yeah. Many people are doing that. I always had to watch people drinking coffee because I never drank coffee. But yeah, it's a good time because if you have a fika, you can have a break. You know.
Okay. Well, from my point of view, power metal had a golden era between the 90s and the new millennium. But I just think that after the pandemic, the interest for aggressive music has been recovered. So what about Camelot live shows? I mean, do you observe any generational change in live shows? I mean, are there any younger people? Are there younger people in the shows?
There are. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
something that we've always been blessed with is to have a really wide variety of fans. Like, I think the fans that were there from the beginning, they still are fans, most of them. And, you know, they're maybe now 40, 50. And you see even older people, you know, you see at all ages shows, you see people bringing their kids. It's you know, and at the same time, it seems to be because Camelot is a band that doesn't really look backwards so much. It wants to bring new music into the world and make new history. You know, we can the legacy is always going to be there, but you know, make new fresh music that can appeal to anyone. And
Always evolving. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I see that in the audiences as well. There's young people, you know, headbanging. There's old people just enjoying the music, and I think that's the best. You know, that's a wonderful thing to see.
Okay. Tommy, well, there's have been a lot of talk lately regarding AI in artificial intelligence. I even just seen videos of some bands using this technology. So, how do you think this technology affect music? I mean, do you think it's a good thing, or maybe it's it's not?
Well, I mean, that's fine. It's fine if people want to use that. I think the human touch is never going to be able. It's not going to be ever replicated. And I think, you know, because we don't even know what a human touch is as humans. So and a computer is not going to be able to convey emotions and speak from the heart because it doesn't have a heart. And I think, you know, yeah, you can be mathematical about music, and that works to a certain degree, but I don't think it's ever going to take the place of a human being.
Skynet won't replace us. We are the resistance.
Yes.
So tell me, your tour is kicking off next week, and then you have stops in Finland, in Helsinki, Tampere, and Oulu.
Yep.
What can you say about the Finnish audience?
Well, I have had the pleasure of being on the Raskasta Joulua, the Finnish Christmas tour, a couple of times, and I can say it's a very unique place to play, and I really, you know, they really love their music, and they're really, I wouldn't say patriotic, but they're, you know, anything Finnish, it's you know, a big thing for Finnish people, and they're proud. They're proud people, yeah, and they take pride in their music and their style and their you know, scene of musicians and metal musicians, and so, you know, to be able to be a part of that was really cool. And I think, you know, I'm looking forward to playing in Finland to see if, you know, see a few of those people at the shows, because, you know, they're really passionate people, really passionate. They're more quiet and reserved, but it's kind of like Swedish, but on steroids. They are really, until you take a sauna and have a beer with them, they're really quiet.
Okay. Well, Tommy, last question. The Awakening is Camelot's 14th album in your career. So, how much gas in the tank do you still have? I mean, will Camelot be around for many more years?
Well, yeah, I think just building momentum still, and it shows because with each record, it's we able to up our shows and bring some more fans to the table, and yeah, there's no stopping Camelot on the horizon for sure.
Okay. Well, Tommy, thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you back on the road with Camelot, and see you soon, mate. Congrats for your brand new album.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.